for today's cup of coffee, we get to use the Squatch figurine.
Squatch.
I'm so glad we found that. That was a great purchase.
We found it at what, Michael's?
Hobby Lobby. Of all things, that was when we were looking for the birthday squid.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, it was a good purchase. It really was. I don't know how we had gone that long and didn't have one. But now we do. So he gets to be a frequent flyer on this. We have...
Loves it.
Paul Seaburn actually had a couple of really cool stories. And he wasn't snarky on them. He got that. I think he just gets really snarky and shitty about the paranormal stuff.
But why is that?
I don't know.
Because that's the most fun.
It can be. Well, I think it's just that's our particular... Or
does he get scared of it?
I don't know. It's a good question. That's when he really gets very cynical. And it's like, maybe he needs to go talk to...
little asshole.
Is it Zach Bagans?
Zach Bagans, yeah. He needs to take a trip to his museum.
Well, he needs to talk to him because Zach was a skeptic.
Too.
Yep.
And then he had an experience and then he's like, oh shit.
This is real. So, yeah, Mr. Seaburn,
I want to
go
meet Zach
visit
Bagans.
him. Yeah. I don't know if he's got spirit attachments. I'd rather not.
He had one fuck up his eyes. Did you see that documentary?
Yep. I watched it. That was Hale House, wasn't it?
It's good.
It is. If you do get a chance to watch Hale House, it is worth watching. Anyhow, from Mysterious Universe by Paul Seaburn, July 22nd, 2022. Bigfoot hair for sale. Again.
Was it on eBay? Please tell me it was on eBay. Oh, please tell me it was on eBay. Was it on eBay? Macari? Was it on Yahoo Auctions?
We'll find out.
Was it on Facebook Market?
We'll find out. And the link for the article will be in the description box. And so Mr. Seaburn writes, an interesting post on the Bigfoot Reddit page. Did you know there was such a thing?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't go on Reddit, so I don't, has caused the hairs to stand up on the back of the necks of Sasquatch believers and skeptics alike. Why? A curious member asked for advice about purchasing a vial labeled Bigfoot hair, which contains what is purported to be a sample collected from a member of the cryptid's family. While the comments are helpful, but mostly funny, the question serves to remind us that Bigfoot hair samples have been taken very seriously in the past, including one that caught the attention of the FBI. And this quote
caught the attention of the FBI?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And apparently this is a quote from somebody on Reddit. It says, I've seen these things in a lot of museum gift shops. Does anyone know what kind of hair it really is?
No.
I ain't buying this if it's just someone's pubes in a bottle, LOL.
I agree.
Oh, that's nasty. Anyhow, someone or some cryptids. Those are just some of the questions being asked and answered on the Bigfoot Reddit page after that comment was posted with a photograph of a bottle of alleged Bigfoot hair. The Daily Star points out that the bottles are sold in many museum gift shops, both Sasquatch museums and the natural history kind, and on the internet. Sure enough, a vial can be purchased on Etsy for just $4.05, a small price if it truly is Sasquatch hair, which would provide Sasquatch DNA, and if it were, some suggested, Bigfoot's pubes could contain the type of samples that could lead to cloning. The seller tells a good story. Quote, we have secured access to a very large ranch in an undisclosed location in the Pacific Northwest.
You cannot say that it was an undisclosed location. You have to tell the location, damn it.
This is the
How do we know that it's genuine?
This is the seller's story here. Now,
how do we know that it's genuine?
You've just totally, the flow, the stream, ADHD.
It's a podcast. What do you expect with the co-host?
The ranch is an old cattle ranch established in the early 1800s. The property's approximately 26-mile perimeter is completely surrounded by barbed wire. In the spring,
At first, I thought you were going to say Bob Ross. It's completely surrounded by Bob Ross's hair.
In the spring, that would probably bring a higher price than the Sasquatch hair.
Probably.
In the spring, when the Sasquatch are most active, we have our research team walk the fence line and collect the hair, which is caught on the barbed wire, from the Bigfoot crossing back and forth. We take random samples of the hair to have DNA tested so that we can guarantee that the hair is 99.97% pure. 97%. We have the technicians who insert the hair into vials wearing protective clothing, and the work is done in a clean room so as to prevent cross-contaminations during production, end quote.
Clean room,
now, that is
sterile.
that is a hell of a marketing scheme right there.
Yes.
That is brilliant. That sounds like either weaponized autisms or that's 4chan, which are often the same people's.
Or that is someone that is just like a perfect liar.
Somebody just, what's the difference between a liar and a writer? That's the same thing. And a trial lawyer. At that point, the seller's lawyer steps in.
Oh my God! Mama!
Oh, she's a seller's lawyer. It was there. It wasn't just I pulled that one out for entertainment purposes only. Of course,
that one out of my ass. It's in writing.
That eliminates this from being a viable vial of Bigfoot hair, but it's not the only alleged sample being sold. In 2012, a lock of suspected Bigfoot hair was sold in Texas for $225 to the Museum of the Weird in Austin by Lufkin, Texas funeral director Ty Schaefer, who claimed it was originally from, a lake. It starts. It's.
Let me see. Where is it exactly?
It's Sucumchich Lake in Washington State.
Sucumchich.
Yeah, which is the Bigfoot hotspot of the U.S. The owner of the museum promised to have DNA tests run on the hair, but a search of the museum site shows the original story, but no DNA results. Could that mean it's not from a squatch? Or is someone hiding the results? Someone like, how about the FBI? Now, seriously, as far as this, now, you know amongst the Sasquatch and Bigfoot community, those people have gone through hell and back. They still go through it. So
some of them are about as, what's the word I'm looking for? I won't say resilient, but they're about as resilient as the flat earthers.
You mean as zealous?
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They're about as zealous as the flat earthers.
Some of them, well, I can understand that if they had a sighting, a personal sighting, yeah.
I mean, I get it. I understand.
And
I've been up there trying to call for Bigfoot up at the cabin.
God help. Someone has quoted as saying, in 1976, 4 men had 2 sets of Bigfoot sightings over 2 days in the Mount Hood National Forest. Hearing of the incidents, I made immediate contact with 2 of the eyewitnesses who kindly took me to the place of the incidents. There I found huge 14-inch 5-toed footprints, to me obviously of a Bigfoot, and also after some diligent searching, hair and tissue snagged on a tree where the creature had walked. I gathered 17 strands of the hair and a small piece of the tissue to which they were attached and put them in a sealed plastic bag. And apparently that may have been by this gentleman. Peter Barn is no ordinary Bigfoot hunter. According to his website, his interest in the hairy cryptid goes back to childhood tales regaled by his father as bedtime stories. Who the hell tells small children Bigfoot stories for bedtime?
That would be me.
God damn. Oh, see, I was one of these that's like, of course I told you that the kumquats were going to...
Yeah, you're the one to speak on that.
As a member of the British Royal Air Force, he made his first search for Yeti in India in 1946. Since then, he has investigated Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the abominable snowman sightings around the world as the director of the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition in Oregon. He's up on the microphone. I don't know what the hell he's getting ready to do.
Y'all want some ASMR? Y'all want some Bigfoot ASMR?
Oh.
Whoop. Whoop.
If he calls that damn thing, he's up there at the cabin by himself, and it's like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, I'm gonna be sitting down here drinking coffee.
I know where to hide up at the
Yeah, you're screwed if you do that. That's why I told you don't do that. Anyhow, that includes a sighting in 1976 in Washington State by 2 biologists employed by the U.S. Forest Service who claimed to have seen a Bigfoot in the forest by the Pacific Northwest. Byrne quickly followed up and obtained hair and tissue samples, a first for a veteran cryptozoologist. Not knowing what else to do, Byrne sent the samples and all pertinent information to FBI Assistant Director Jay Cochran. Never send anything to the damn government.
Never.
Oh, and so,
Never send anything to the damn government.
quote, we do not often come
You
across...
almost sounded like Cartman there. For a
Probably.
second.
We do not often come across hair which we are unable to identify, and the hair that we have now, about 15 hairs attached to a tiny piece of skin, is the first that we have obtained in 6 years, in which we may feel it'll be of importance.
Yeah, it was
Will
the
you
15 hairs left on my head.
Will you kindly set the record straight once and for all? Inform us if the FBI has examined hair which might be that of a Bigfoot, when this took place, and if it did take place, what results of the analysis were. Please understand that our research here is serious, end quote. In 2 letters to the FBI, Byrne asked for investigation and for the FBI to share its results. And in the article, there is a link to where you can go and see copies of the correspondence. Now, this was in 1976, and Peter Byrne waited patiently for a response and finally got one in 2019. And says that the response says, quote, the hairs which you recently delivered to the FBI laboratory on behalf of the Bigfoot Information Center have been examined by transmitted and incandescent light microscopy. They put the shit under a microscope that was lit. It's late in the evening. My God, we got a late start today.
And you went to medical school.
I did.
And you had to learn these words.
Microscopy is what it is.
You had to learn these words.
I said it. Microscopy.
Yeah, but you're like, it's late.
Do you know, that was 30 years ago. My God, give me a break. The examination
No, but
included...
I'm like, holy fuck, these are hard words. How the hell did you even make it through?
Well, if you'll let me, there's more of them here. The examination included a study of the morphological actually is what it is, characteristics such as root structure, medullary structure, and the cuticle thickness, in addition to scale cast. Also, the hairs were compared directly with hairs of known origin under a comparative microscope. It was concluded as a result of these examinations that the hairs are of deer family origin, end quote.
Dear family.
Byrne's original letter and the response, which was written in 1977 but apparently never sent, showed up in 2019 as newly released documents. Why was this "it's not Bigfoot, it's a deer" response kept by the FBI for over 40 years? Bless.
Thank you.
When interviewed in 2019, Byrne said he suspected it was an honest error caused by an agent putting his sample in a drawer somewhere in their vast complex of offices in Langley, Virginia, and forgetting about it.
Oh, right, my ass.
I call bullshit on that.
Ass, seriously.
Or did the FBI do some investigating into Bigfoot deer? Let me start that over.
I dropped my glasses.
Or did the FBI do some investigating into Bigfoot hunter Peter Byrne? According to
Pete Burns?
CNBC, now this is CNBC, that's mainstream media propaganda bullshit, so who knows?
Clinton
Byrne pleaded guilty in August of 2013 to defrauding the Social Security Administration, the Oregon Department of Human Services, and Medicaid out of more than $78,000 by concealing his travels outside of the United States from 1992 through 2012. Well, I can understand that, because if you got the money to be traveling outside of the United States, why do you need Medicaid?
Right.
Byrne was sentenced to 3 years of probation and full restitution. Was the government secretly taking out a little extra revenge on Byrne?
Yes.
More than likely not. We'll probably never know. He certainly couldn't pay the restitution by selling Bigfoot hair at $4 a bottle, since he only had 15 in total. Oh, he didn't even have the 15. He sent them to the damn government.
Yeah.
It says, as of this writing,
Those are mine.
I
needed those.
The samples of alleged Bigfoot hair, which have been subjected to DNA testing, have turned out to be common forest animals or ancient bear hybrids. Or at least that's what has been told to the general public. Now, on some of those things, you would I mean, how many independent labs would there be that would going to sit there and do the Bigfoot samples, hair samples?
Not that many.
But, and that was just there was one doctor who, I think he died mysteriously not that long ago, that was recognizing and removing alien implants.
He got unalived.
Yeah, he did. He definitely got unalived. So, and there have been so many species that people are like, oh, that's dead. That's not here anymore, until somebody found out that it was. So, and out there in the Pacific Northwest, that's huge.
Yeah.
So there could be many things in there.
Many.
So, I do believe in the Sasquatch. I truly do.
Yeah.
Which is why it freaks me out.
Yeah.
If I didn't believe in it, it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
And you up there at the cabin trying to call that thing down on you.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, God. Anyhow. And for my mother to have heard it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
I want to see it.
There have been...
with my eyes.
No kidding. There have been people that claim to have sightings in this region.
How
that
many?
Freaks me out.
2?
I don't know how many. All I know is when they did the wood booger documentary.
They were implants.
They imported those
Transplants.
people. Those were not from town.
No.
Because all of us had
Nobody
this
down here calls it a damn wood burger.
No, we don't. I don't know who in the hell came up with that one. So, but the
Squatch, big feet, Bigfoot, Sasquatch,
but
Stinky Boy.
One of the things to take away from this story is make up some wild, whatever, marketing scheme. Put it on eBay. Put it on Etsy. Some of this stuff. Make sure that you've got for entertainment purposes only. I mean, you could sell alien toenails. Of course, then somebody's going to have your DNA. Don't really do that.
Have you ever looked at the oddity section on eBay?
No, I haven't.
You need to.
Okay. Do they have the little pickled things in the jars? Hey, that's something I can do for the weekend.
You also can find Jesus in toast. You can also find rare chicken nuggets and weirdly shaped Cheetos.
What did they do? Did they put them in resin?
No.
Well, that's gonna rot.
I know. Well, not McDonald's chicken nuggets. They just dry out and fossilize. That's what they do.
A fool and his money are soon parted. That's all you can say.
Somebody put a Big Mac in a thing of resin before. I think somebody put a Whopper in a resin.
Well, I know that somebody.
But it didn't save it. It didn't preserve it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's still decayed.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
it's still
interesting.
fucked up somehow.
Well, how that's microbes and stuff like that have to have oxygen.
I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't.
See, that will give me another
Look
rabbit
it
hole.
up.
I will.
Look
I
it
will.
up.
See, this is what happens. This is what sends me
It
down
looked gross.
rabbit holes. I thought somebody had put fries or something in their closet for a year and then it was okay.
They did. Well, they wasn't okay. They were stale as fuck. They were dried out.
That's funny. They ate one? Did they eat one?
No, you can bang it against the table and tell that it's stale as fuck.
They're plastic.
It's plastic.
It's tasty plastic.
Fucking cardboard.
But it's plastic.
We're not supposed to be eating this shit.
No, we're not. And we wonder why we've got problems.
The thing is, there's a red coloring. They banned it in cosmetics, but they did not ban it for being in food products.
What was the purpose of banning it in cosmetics? Was it just because it's
Unsafe
stained?
for human consumption, yet it's still in food products.
You usually don't eat makeup.
It was for lipstick.
I understand. But that's what makes no sense, because most people, if you...
Tell that to the fucking food department bullshit thing. The people that deal with the chemicals and shit.
You mean the ones that just approve the use of the experimental thing for small children?
You blame them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They ain't trying to kill us all, so why... God help. Just a little bit black pill.
Also, the original Chanel number... The original Chanel number 5 had animal pee in it.
Well, that's not uncommon.
Actually, it wasn't animal pee. It was sweat.
Anything that's got urea in it. That's what it is. It's pee. And as far as those musk glands, that's been used in perfumes for centuries. Mm-hmm. That's not new. People just don't know. They don't read the labels.
Marilyn Monroe's perfume had pee in it.
Of course it did. Do you know what she could have gone online today and she could have made millions and millions
if she was alive
by selling pee.
She could have had a fucking OnlyFans and still made bank.
Like that one woman that was selling the farts in a jar.
And
had to stop because it became harmful to her health.
But the thing is, she also could have been like, in this day and age, she could have been like Betty Page and just completely disappeared off the face of the planet.
Well, she did. She did disappear off the face.
She died.
She was murdered. I
mean, she died either way. But she died still. You die when you get murdered.
They're like, oh, she took all these pills, but...
No, she got murdered.
The pills were...
She got killed.
Actually, as far as in her rectum, that is not usually the way that people ingest pills.
No.
But that is certainly a way to kill people.
Yes.
And because of the absorption rate and different things like that, that's like the fools, and I will say fools, that were, doing like alcohol enemas and dying of alcohol poisoning.
Good. A
little bit of natural selection on some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Stick with buying the Bigfoot hair. Yeah. $4, hell, the vial is probably worth that.
Straining shoe polish through slices of bread.
That was an Appalachian thing. I don't know. It was probably one of those Depression era.
We have family members that did that.
Yes, we did.
He's on a drunk. Hide the polish.
No, it wasn't.
Hide the shoe polish.
It was the vanilla extract.
The vanilla extract.
Yeah.
Help us.
It wasn't just our bunch.
Oh.
It wasn't just our bunch. And it was like...
No, but it's our area.
Well, that's like when I went to AA and that old guy, his drink of choice was Listerine. Now, I tell you, it was hard to keep a straight face on that when everybody's sharing their testimony, their story, all this stuff.
How do you get past the mint?
It was like...
How do you get...
And he was just... it's sitting there. This was heartfelt. I could walk past the wine. I could walk past the beer. But when I got to that aisle with the Listerine, and I thought I was going to die. I thought I am just going to explode because I can't laugh. It's like something, when you're in church or in a funeral.
Like that with the cheeks puffed out and everything. It's like, oh.
Like I said, I have learned that it's a matter, I can keep it down, the emotions and stuff down, except for this rapid blinking of the eyes. And it's like, it looks like I've got some kind of a tick going on there. God love him.
That's what you need. Seriously, but what would make that better is if you had those big ass lashes.
No.
Those big ass lashes and the rapid blinking.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad. That poor old guy, he was probably in his 60s, and that was about 30-some years ago. I'm sure he's probably either dead or close to it. But hey, who knows? He may have drunk enough Listerine to where he's well preserved. He may not have needed to be embalmed. We don't know.
And he's minty fresh.
There used to be a Listerine that did not have mint. It was some rough stuff.
I'd say so.
And as far as to
even the mint is rough stuff.
To drink that. So, and that has nothing to do with Bigfoot, but you know how we do, we go down rabbit holes. So, if you have had experiences with the paranormal, the supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, Listerine, if you've got local, regional, or family myths or legends, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And the email address is also there in the description box. Know that you're loved. Even if you do drink Listerine all the time, that's if you need
help. Put the bottle down.
Email us and
put the cap on it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why those things have a child-proof bottle caps.
Just walk away. Mm-hmm.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Don't drink the fucking Listerine.
Don't drink the Listerine, no. It
don't
says don't drink
the shoe polish.
Don't
drink the vanilla extract.
Read the directions on stuff. When it says don't ingest
Don't buy Bigfoot hair. Buying some with pubes.
Woo! We'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Bye. Damn it.